What's up, everybody? This is Jose Gagnon, the random guy, 75, here again today. And we are now on episode 4 of season 4, You Can't Win. This is, like I said, the very last Duke story, or episode that has Duke in it. That's about him and stuff. And like I said, Duke, like for the rest of this season, he just makes a bunch of cameos because they just decide not to talk about him anymore in any other episodes for some random reason. So we hope you all enjoy. We're going to get the things rolling right away. You already know how the things go here on this channel. And we're going to keep the things going, man, and rolling. Rolling all the days and nights. Yeah! Woo!
Duke is the hero of all the engines. This is a story about him. It happened long ago when Peter Sam was called Stuart and Sir Handel Falcon. Many people came year after year to see the mountains and the lakes, and most of all, Duke. He always pulled his train, even on days when he didn't feel well. "I mustn't disappoint my friends," he would say.
This just shows, how determined Duke is about, caring about his passengers and getting his work done. Which is something that like a lot of the younger trains don't really, actually think about. Or just like a bunch of young people in general. They just don't know like how to be determined about doing their work and stuff. Or about having responsibilities. So that's why I guess another reason, that Thomas and everybody they consider Duke, is as their hero is because of how much determination he has pretty much. And how, he always, thinks about, his friends and the other trains, mostly Falcon and Stewart, even though they were like, just being crazy and, calling him nicknames and stuff. Like, he still cared about them a lot. Like, he's just caring and respectful and determined. So that's probably why, Thomas and everybody else just, considered him as their hero. And like I said, also because of the interesting stories that he had, about him, Duke himself, pretty much.
Every morning he took his passengers up the line and stopped anywhere they wanted. "Beep, beep," he whistled. "Please be ready when I come back for you, otherwise we might miss your boat to the mainland, and that would never do." One day, Duke didn't feel well. He was short of steam and glad of a rest. His driver and fireman had just finished clearing his tubes when Stuart bustled in. "Hello, Grandpuff," he teased. "Are you short of puff?" "Nothing of the sort. This is routine maintenance." "Tell you what," went on Stuart, "you're getting old. We must take care of you in case you break down." "Humph," boosted Duke. "That'll be the day." Duke couldn't stay cross for long. It was a lovely evening. "Couldn't be better, couldn't be better," he chanted happily.
I like how Stewart was, just still making fun of Duke, saying because of how really old Duke is. And he doesn't understand that Duke has, a lot more problems than he does because of, that since, Duke's, like one of the very oldest trains that's ever, been working, like in service and stuff. But then again, like I said, Stewart and Falcon were really young, so they don't really, I guess pay attention too much about what goes on with Duke and his problems. Until later on when they think that they were trying, that they were gonna save Duke and, take care of him. They just don't know about his determination, I guess, in a way. But, you know, Stuart soon will find out about how much determination Duke actually has, and later on in a couple minutes.
He began to climb, but Duke didn't mind. "I've plenty of steam," he puffed. "We'll be up in a couple of puffs." But soon, Duke's puffs changed to wheezes. His valves were leaking steam. "It's not so easy, it's not so easy," he croaked. "But I'll manage." At last they reached the station. Duke's driver examined him carefully. Anxious passengers waited for news. "Duke is going to take you to the harbour, but he might be late," said the guard. "So 2 engines are coming to help. You'll still catch your boat." Falcon buffered up in front. "Poor old Grandpuff, what a shame you've broken down." "Pip, pip, pip," teased Stuart. "This is the day." He was coupled on behind. "Are you ready?" whistled Falcon. "Yes, I am," replied Stuart. And away they went. When they reached the next station, the cavalcade split up. Falcon took Duke's passengers to the boat. Stuart headed Falcon's train with Duke coupled behind. "Fancy me rescuing Grandpuff! This is the day, this is the day," he boasted. "Poor old engine, poor old engine." But Duke still had plenty of steam left in him. His valves sounded worse than they were. He and his driver had their own little joke ready. They waited until they reached the hill. "Now," said his driver. Duke puffed and roared as though he was pushing the whole train's weight before him. The noise echoed everywhere.
I think instead of saying, you know, pushing the whole train, because he's basically pulling the coaches still. You know, the coaches are still behind him, so he's pulling the coaches and pushing Stuart. That's something that they just, I guess, they didn't really, you know, I guess, they just didn't really check the script or something when they were, you know, when they were going over about what was happening in the story, I guess. Because, you know, instead of saying that he pulled the coaches and pushed Stuart, they just said that he pushed the whole train. Because, you know, like I said, you know, the coaches are still right behind Duke. But anyway.
When they reached the last station, everyone cheered. "What happened?" asked the boy. "They don't usually need 2 engines." "Well," replied his father, "Stuart broke down. Duke had to help him." Sounds as if he had a hard job, too. Duke and his driver's joke had worked. "Fiddlestick!" exclaimed Stuart, and he vanished in a cloud of steam. Duke wheezed alongside. "Poor old engine," he teased. "It's no good."
So that was episode 4 of season 4, You Can't Win. And now, you know, Stuart must feel super duper silly for, you know, what he had said to Duke, because since he was the one that ended up breaking down and not Duke. So I hope you enjoyed, you know, these last 2 episodes that had Duke in them. And we will be continuing on with the rest of these Thomas the Train Season 4, Everything Wrong with commentaries really soon. So get the greatness, have the happy times. You already know that things go on here. We're going to keep them rolling, you know, as much as we can. Go through all the Season 4 episodes, man. And we will see you all in the next video. Yeah, man. You already know it. Here we go, man. Yeah.